Hello my boys, good morning. In this beautiful video I'll show you how to max my Totem Master build. So you like the build and you want to push it up further to its limit. And I will show you the best upgrades that you can do, and this will give you some ideas what to aim for. At the end I will also run a simulacrum with difficulty +4. So you can see it for yourself how tanky and great this build is. Simulacrum on difficulty +4, few builds can run them. You need very expensive builds and it's pretty rippy. And I will do it without any problems. So enough talking, let's get started. The first big upgrade that you can do for this build is buying this flask, All Rot Resolve. Look it here. This is better than an ultimate life flask, and I will show you in a second. Let me take some charges. So basically, this flask will give you a shield. So you will have more effective life for 10 seconds. So right now I have more than 5,000 life. And you have multiple charges, you can use it multiple times. See? Now if you're wondering why I get more than 1000 guard, this shield I get more than this, simply this is a trick that you can do. You will socket somewhere the herbalist support in an aura. I don't want to enable time of need because it makes a strange sound when I'm recording, that's why I will keep it disabled for now. But if you socket herbalist, this will increase the recovery from flask, life flask, and this is a life flask, meaning that now it will give me more shield. This is a great life flask, especially for hard, sticky situations like in Simulacrum +4. So if you're wondering how to farm Simulacrum +4 easier, considering buying this flask. It's OP as fuck. And last 10 seconds. And the fact that you have multiple charges, it makes it even better. Okay, let's jump to the next one, which is big. Is this jewel here, the Megalomaniac? I made a video about this, explaining how it works, why it's so busted. Basically, if you're gonna socket this beauty here, it will allow you to drop more skill points. For example, I dropped from the guide all the skills here. This freed me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more than 6 passives. So idea is you want to have a node that gives you some blocks somewhere, extra block, and something with utility. In this case I went with this one, but there are great ones. Even this one is good, this one is good, that you can take, this one is good. So in case you don't know how to buy one cheaper, or you don't want to pay a lot, you can watch the guide how to search one properly. This will allow you to drop extra nodes that we can invest elsewhere. This is important because now we're gonna talk about the next big upgrade, which is the Svalin shield. Now you should not rush for the shield if you're low level, like level 70, 80, no, because you want a lot of life regen. Because when we're summoning our totems, it costs life. If you don't have a lot of life regen, it will chunk you down to 0 pretty fast. So the Svalin shield, you will buy it later. Now why this shield is overpowered? I will explain it very clearly. Let's open here the panel. As you see, my block chance is 65 now. It's because we have this line, -10 to maximum block chance. But after that we have this one, block chance is lucky. What this means? Block chance is lucky means that it will roll 2 times. You get hit by an enemy, and let's say you don't block. It will roll again. So you have 2 chances of blocking. This translates, I will explain you very simple. Instead of 65 here, you actually have 88% chance to block if you buy a Svalin with -10. So again, if you want to buy a Svalin, try to buy one with -10, because this can roll from -20 to -10. You just buy with -10 because it's overpowered as fuck. So now you have 88% chance to block. And why this is more busted on a Warbringer? Because we have this node that can block everything. Even area of effect spells, we will block them. And having 88% chance to block everything, it's busted. That's why I can do this Simulacrum +4, because of the Svalin shield here and my new setup. And here I suggest going with one with 2 sockets, because you can socket more runes. And this is important. Here, for example, to compensate the absence of Rise of the Phoenix, I took this one, regenerates life per second, because again you need to have some life regen, which is important. Here you want to have as much as possible, so this build feels smooth to play. I also went for these nodes because it gives me some regeneration. You have here the recoup damage, increase life regeneration, life regeneration, life regeneration, life regeneration, also some strength and intelligence. So I suggest if you go for Svalin shield, watch out for these nodes and take them, because you need as much life regeneration as possible. Another thing that you can do here is getting sockets on your items. You see, helmet can have 1 socket, but if you buy one with a corruption to have 2 sockets, is better. Also, these sockets can be changed. We had that patch 0.11 where sockets can be now changed with whatever you need. Look, here. Expert Steel Trade, I went with 3 sockets. Gloves, I went with 2 sockets. So here I increased my life, maximum life in this scenario, but you can also put life regen, whatever you need. The more sockets, the better. Yeah, this is good. Now another upgrade that we need to talk is this one, the Prism of Belief. Gives plus 3 level to Ancestral Warrior Totems. Now you need to understand that now, currently there is a bug that doesn't update the tooltip. Let me show you here. So here is, okay, we go here. You will check the damage by going here. This is the current damage. Let's put it like this, 767, yeah? And let's remove now this jewel. Let's check the tooltip again. You see, it doesn't update. You will need to remove a support gem and you put it back, and now will update. It's a bug. Look how much damage I lose. Yeah? So this is just a visual upgrade. The jewel works. So it gives me plus 3 level of Ancestral Warrior Totems. You see how much it goes up? So now I have 5, 5, 3 to 9. Look what happens when I will socket it back. We put it here. Now we open the DPS tooltip. I will refresh energy support. 76704. Huge damage boost. Huge damage boost. Both Thunder Gem and Ancestral Warrior Totem boost the DPS that you do. That's why you should have level 20 at least. Yeah. Later when you want to max it up. Here I bought one with level 21. So we scale damage greatly by gem levels. Look, I'm level 33. The more gem levels you have, the better. Period. We scale greatly damage via gem levels. Now let's talk about the weapon here. Later you can buy one with plus 7 to melee skills and strength. Yeah, this will also help you with the overall strength here, and also will give you more life. So in case you don't know, strength gives you life. So when I'm buying my items, I prioritize items that also have strength. Here for the belt, I have high life and strength. High life and strength. Here was not possible. I just went for 2 sockets. On some items it's not possible because it will be very expensive. But this is the idea. You want high life and strength. This will also help you to have more strength, which is good. For the sockets here, I went with the ones that gives you spirit. And this is important because now if I have spirit on the weapon, look what I can do. I can support both herbalism here and also vitality. That will give me life regeneration 1% per second, which is important because we dropped the Rise of the Phoenix. So now we really need more life regen. Look, if I was to remove here the vitality. Oh, what do you know? 1 second, I didn't have this enabled. If I enable this, has vitality. Now I have more life regen per second. Vitality is big. That's why later when you want to max it, you will look like this. Now because you took that, let me disable Megalomaniac Jewel, you will have more points. It frees up some points here. You watch that guide and you can take these notes here at the bottom that gives you plus 3 to all attributes. And this is the busted one, 10% increased attributes. This will help you to get your strength, dexterity, intelligence faster up. Yeah. So you should aim to go for this at the bottom. Another thing that I need to talk about, which is important, is iron reflexes here. Look what happens.
What is it?
1 second. So as you notice, I have hybrid armor and evasion. Hybrid armor and evasion, hybrid armor and evasion, and here armor and evasion. This is how it went. I didn't went for armor and evasion, were cheaper. But look what happens with this keystone here. This is my armor. 53 chance to physical damage reduction. I put this keystone 60. So if you have hybrid bases like this, consider taking iron reflexes because it will bump drastically your estimated physical damage reduction, which will make you more tanky. Now also chaos resistance should be higher than 60. Now because we don't get hit in Simulacrum because of the Svalin shield, you don't really need to have cap, but more than 60 is better. You have to have it here. Let me see if I explain everything. Make sure that your rare jewels are good. Now because you're using Svalin, you will prioritize a lot of increased life regeneration. It's important. So the build feels smooth, you will need to have as much life regeneration as possible. We will take it on the rare jewels. I need to remind you that on the guild Discord server you have the info channel for this build, where you have all the important information. Yeah, you also have here the trade links for the jewels. This you also have in the Mobalytics link, so don't worry, you also have that. So you might want to read everything here, even the common mistakes. Yeah, so you do the build right. Here is the Mobalytic link. Good. I will put these upgrades, max upgrades, in a new post. So after this video, I'll create a new post here and I will put them, everything that I addressed in this video. And also in the Mobalytics link, I will add a section at the bottom with these upgrades that you can do. I need to remind you that the skill tree is very flexible. You can do adaptations once you understand the core of the build. When you have a decent character level above level 90, you can start doing experiments here. Also, you can drop these 2 nodes here. The skill tree has been updated on Mobalytics. If you take a look, you will see some slight changes here and there. This will freeze 2 skill points. You don't need to take them later because you'll have a lot of gem levels, so the totems will not die anymore. Yeah, so you can drop this if you have gem levels. Now I need to talk about this keystone resolute technique and why we took it. First of all, you need to understand that this will give you more DPS, and I will exemplify. If we open here the DPS panel for the totems, so 767, yeah, let's remove it.
I have a different plan.
Now we go here and we check. 667, see a lot of DPS loss. Because this will cap your hit chance, and even the evasive monsters, some monsters have evasive modifier, you will still hit them. Now, I know that the Thunder Totems have a line that say they will guarantee a crit if you armor break. Yeah, but you need to drop this keystone because this will not allow you to crit. If you drop this keystone, you will need to cap your accuracy rating, which is not that easy as it seems. So you will need to invest some skill points into accuracy if you drop this thing here, so you'll waste more skill points. Most likely you also need to take accuracy on your items here. You will need to sacrifice Aether Herbalism or Vitality and put Precision Aura so you get more accuracy rating. You will see that getting 100% or close to 100% hit chance is not that easy. You will make sacrifices in terms of getting that accuracy. Another thing that you need to understand, that critical strike that's guaranteed from Thunder, it's conditional. It's not all the time. You need to go close to the boss and break his armor all the time. And there are scenarios where you cannot simply stay near the boss all the time to break all his armor. You will need to move around to dodge his mechanics. You will not stay always near the boss like this. And dropping the Resolute technique, it's great for builds that have a lot of gem levels. Usually they have 2 maces. They are not using a shield. And those scale that crit greatly. So those are the kind of builds that want to drop Resolute techniques, or builds that have bleeding effects, you know. They deal a big hit and the monster starts bleeding, but they need to have a lot of skill gems. Usually those are builds that dual wield maces. We are using a shield. So just stick what POEGuy told you here. You remain with the Resolute technique keystone. Do not drop it. And the last thing that we need to talk about is the DPS panel. Some players open here the DPS panel and they see low numbers. You know, comparing to a Deadeye or a Spark, they see low numbers and they assume that the build does low DPS. No, it's because these panels don't show accurately the damage. For example, this one. You see, it lowers my damage by 40% and attack speed. This will drastically impact the DPS tooltip, but doesn't show the extra features. Look here, on the upside, we are shooting 2 additional features. So the DPS panel got nerfed. It shows a little number here, but doesn't take into account the features, which are big damage boost, but doesn't show them. Another thing is for the totem count. So we can summon multiple totems, not 1 or 2. But this does not get shown in the tooltip. Yeah, I even addressed here a problem using the rare amulet, because people think that the rare amulet are busted. No, I explained here that just bumps up the DPS tooltip, but having 1 extra totem, it's actually better for our build here. You know, you would want a rare amulet with more melee skill gems for builds like a Gemling Legionnaire that has dual wielding 2 maces and you're pushing for a lot of skill gems. But for my build here, you actually want to have more totems. So sticking to the Uldum amulet is better. But sadly, it doesn't show here in the DPS panel. If we put it, it doesn't get shown. And this makes some people believe that it's bad. No. You stick with my setup because it's great, but I need to stress that some things simply do not get shown in the DPS tooltip here, and GGG needs to fix it. We do a lot of damage, but it doesn't get shown here in the DPS tooltip. Now, to showcase these builds, I will do a simulacrum. Okay, 1 second, Delirium. I've started farming a lot of simulacrums. I simply love it. This will be on difficulty +4. Yeah? So let's put it, we hit it, and we run it. We go here, and you have here the waygate. And we put here the simulacrum and we open it. Let me enable my second aura. Good. So this is how we will do it. The first waves are easier. That's why I will speed up the video until I reach, let's say, wave 9 or so. Then I will do the waves with live commentary and I will explain what I'm doing so you can take some tricks with you so you'll be more effective. So the first waves, because are easy, I'll just speed up the video and see you in wave 9.
I'm so delirious. I'm so delirious. spinning in a world so mysterious. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, caught in the loop, feeling so furious. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, deadly, deadly serious. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, spinning in a world so mysterious. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, caught in the loop, feeling so furious. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, deadly, deadly serious.
You are greater than a god, untouchable.
The fog is thick, my vision blurs, voices whisper, my soul stirs. I'm fog is thick, my vision blurs, voices whisper, my soul stirs. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, lost in the madness, it's so serious. I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious, my heart beats loud, it's delirium's rush. So deadly, deadly, delirious, will I break free or stay curious? I'm so deadly, deadly, delirious.
Okay, my boys, now I have some tips for you. So in Simulacrum, some of these rare monsters will shock you. Being shocked will take more damage. So I suggest if you have a belt with more charm slots, this is mandatory. You need to have an immunity to freeze. But if you can incorporate this one, grounding charm, so you are immune to shocks. You get shocked, you get removed. I know that we have time of need, but this it's not reliable. It triggers like every 7 seconds or something, which is not enough. So you get shocked, you want to remove that shock, so you don't take increased damage. Because if you get shocked and also the monster crits, it will hurt big time. With a critical strike, a shock, it's bad. So here it's a tip for you. Another thing, if you get surrounded, let's say you get surrounded by enemies and you cannot dodge roll, and you get stun locked and you cannot summon your totems anymore. In that scenario, you press escape and you just leave to exit to character selection, and you will relog and take the portal. Yeah? So if you get locked in place and you cannot summon totems, sometimes it can happen if you don't have stun threshold enough. Just go to character selection and you log back inside and you'll be fine. Okay, these are the last waves. I will explain what I'm doing. So I'm summoning my totems and I'm putting my Orb of Storms. This will give me rage and extra life regeneration. Also I'm pressing my flask, so I have this extra shield always up. I'm looking with the eyes on that to have my shield always up. And I will refresh it. Look, I refresh it. Another thing that you want to do, you don't want to stay in one place. You want to move. Because the monsters will surround you if you stay in one place, and that sucks. You can die. Always be on the move. You move in like large circles like this. You see? Like this. You move. Don't stay in one place. You refresh your flask. You have your guard up. All rot flask. Simulacrum on difficulty +4 is not a joke. Few builds can do them. That's why you need to be serious. Again, I place my Orb of Storms and I run in circles. Small circles like this. Because the monsters will overrun you if you stay in one place, and you won't be able to move anymore. You will get stun locked. Okay, I press my flask, I have the shield. Here you can armor break 2 times. Like this. 1, 2. He will take increased damage. 1 second. So just the full armor break gets consumed, but you can still armor break, but not full. If you armor break, it will take increased damage, which is good. So we're still using resonating shield.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Okay, let's see what we have here. I like to identify rares. Some of these rares can be expensive. Look at this beauty, triple resistances, yeah? Let's craft it. Let's go here. And I will craft it fast. Hopefully we get life on the slam. No. Shit. 1 second. Let me see if I hit life. No, it's ruined. I drop it. This is bad. This is good. I can craft it. Let's craft it now on the spot. It's profit. I'll put more armor here. I also want to hit life. Bad. Let's check with this armor and some spirit and fire resistance. Looks good, no? Should have some value. Let's lower this to 35. Yeah, Chaos Orb maybe. No, it's broken. Some of this I suggest picking up the rares because some of them can be expensive. Now I'll be focused. I put my Orb of Storms, I put my totems, and move in circles. Always have a totem near you because of the ascendancy. It redirects 20% of all the damage that you take to the totem. Yeah? Also you want to watch your guard to be up. That extra shield. Okay, especially when you have these bosses up. I like to play with the minimap open. So I see the icons, where are the bosses? Causes and Omniphobia, that's why I play with this. Okay. Good.
A rarity.
I like to explain what I'm doing so people know, yeah? Okay, wave 14 out of 15. So the higher the wave, the harder it gets, the difficulty. Okay, don't stay in one place, keep moving. Refresh your all-rod flask so you have the guard shield up. Move in large circles like this. It's better. Now again I will refresh my all-rod flask because the bosses are up. Again, this is difficulty +4, much harder than the other difficulties. You see, that rare will shock me. If I'm shocked, I will take more damage. But I have that charm that removes shocks. Okay, I will take this.
Satchel is full.
No. The scepters, some of these rares will be big profit. You also will drop Divinums from time to time and Gem Cuttles level 20. I want to check this. You know, I'm a nerd, I like to do these things. Yeah, I played a lot of Diablo 2 and I got used to identifying crap. Good times, good times. This is the last wave, yeah? The hardest. On difficulty +4. Let's see how it goes. Again, you keep moving. You watch your guard here. Always you want to have it up. You move in circles. Oi! Okay, you move, you place your flask. Good. And here is the helmet. The helmet is not good, it's one of the suckiest drops. So here you want to drop the Megalomaniac Jewel or the Mana Flask. Those are expensive. But you've seen showcase for this build. Mwah, pretty tanky, no? My life was almost 100% most of the times. But the build is great. If you do these upgrades here, you'll have a good time. This is what you should aim for maxing the build. So I provided everything possible. You even have here an info channel with everything that you need to know. Tips, tricks, common mistakes, etc. You have a custom channel for this build, dedicated channel where you can ask questions or if you need help. I provided a Mobalytics link here that has everything inside. Yeah, you just need to read. Yeah, if you want to do the standard variant, which is superior, you just click here and you read what it says. You have here the gem setup and you also have the skill tree that has the updates. Yeah, you watch here. More stuff here, everything is clearly explained. You also have the build guide. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of the day. This is a very powerful build and it's fun. Good luck.